type of every time a guy comes in here, bam, all of a sudden something magical happens, and we were ecstatic when we got to get this after the commercial break. I got to get through these news clips with you because it's really important that the NWA World Champion weighs in on social issues
and kidnapping.
Here's a tough one though.
Oh no.
This is maybe a little more serious.
Okay.
I kind of putting you on the spot, but not really.
Please not be.
Very easy. It's easy but hard.
Okay.
It's cat but dog. Fans grill Pro Wrestling League for making anti-Semitic joke days after Hamas kills over 1,000 Israelis.
So I don't know much about that because I kind of stay off the grid of internet wrestling news because as I've known and seen myself reported about, majority are fictitious and lies. But I do recall seeing something, and I believe it was AEW, and I don't know the context of it.
Let's even forget even if it happened, it didn't happen. That really doesn't matter. I guess the point I want to ask you, as being such a high-level professional wrestler, and let's be honest, a businessman, what you've done in this industry is to be applauded, for sure.
Thank you.
Is there a point where wrestling needs to stay away? You know, back in the old days, we had, the Iranians and the Russians and blah, blah, blah. Considering today's culture, does wrestling have to be much more careful on what they're portraying?
Yeah, I mean, I would think when you think about the grand scheme of things, wrestling is an escape and it's entertainment, so it doesn't necessarily need to beat you over the head. I do believe in creating art and entertainment that some aspects of culture are required to kind of play with, but at what point is it not conducive to that to divide so heavily on something so heated and complex, right? So, yeah, I think you can lay off of it. I mean, I got a lot for not really doing or saying anything, just being implied that I thought certain ways. And it cost me business. It cost me opportunities. It cost me possibly hirings in places. So, and without really doing it. So, it's if I want to get my cultural, hot button takes, I'm going to do the research myself, and I'm not going to look to pro graps for any inspiration, I guess.
And you're at a level now where you don't need that type of gimmick to get yourself noticed. Everybody knows who you are. Obviously, the NWA, I'll keep saying again, World Heavyweight Champion. So I guess my point is they should stay away from this stuff. I
think too, when you harken back to the days of Iron Sheik and Volkov and things like that. I don't know. It was. I don't know how to word it, but it was It was cartoonish almost.
Mm-hmm.
It was parody. It's Rocky IV.
Yes.
So did Sylvester Stallone really win the Cold War by beating Ivan Drago in Moscow on Christmas Day? No, but it just had some pomp and circumstance to it. Where today, with the knowledge is, I guess, not knowledge, but information, whether true or not, is so accessible, and it can divide people in such a way that, you don't need it in wrestling, really, Like, I think when WWE did they had Hillary and Barack. Like that, like goofy, campy. I think that's all right. Parody's fun.
Yeah, that's like parody and fun, right?
And it's parody of our own kind of goofy structure, as opposed to we're on the cusp of something that nobody really wants. It's not a good place to be.
Personally, I think obviously the climate in this entire world has changed now. You talked about the Iron Sheik or whatever, Nikolai Volkov. Back then, look, a guy like me couldn't have a behind the curtain wrestling show, right? It's like you just weren't allowed to do it. You guys held that very tight, and now everybody can do everything. Everybody can be an actor. Everybody could be this. Everybody could be that. And everybody's got an opinion, and if someone has enough of an opinion, or the silent minority can affect someone in your type of position, for sure.
Yeah, they certainly can. Cancel culture was kind of a cancer to this world, and I don't know, it seems like it's kind of balancing out, though, where people are kind of realizing just because people are saying this doesn't necessarily mean it's true. I think so much fictitiousness has been kind of outed. Like, you're always going to have a divide, but people seem to be at least trying to gain knowledge before formulating an opinion. Now, maybe I'm wrong, because I don't know.
I don't think you're